Has been kicked off. Senegal leader heading for poll victory. Hello to you all. This is OBN, Voice for the People. I'm Thomas Kamulat with the news. President of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Sahle-Work Zewde, urged the nation to pay tax for the overall development of the country. The tax payment mobilization has been started at the national level, accompanied by music concerts and gallery exhibition. Mukhtar Ajad, the detail.
To encourage and enhance taxpayers, Minister of Revenue has been implementing different measures in the country. Straight run in different cities and towns of the country, music concert and gallery exhibitions were among the motivating measures toward payers. Accordingly, President of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Sahle-Work Zewde, while taking part on music concert and photo exhibitions at Millennium Hall of Infinite City, said, if tax is not properly paid, it is impossible to build the country. The nation can be built if and only if the tax could be paid properly. The government should work on awareness building and ways of paying tax. This stage is also among such awareness creation opportunities. The president said expecting all-round development from the government is nothing without paying tax. She said citizens need to fulfill their duties by paying tax properly. As a citizens, if we are a real patriot to our country, we have to pay proper tax expected from us. Minister of Revenue Adanet Abebe on the occasion said such a stage is very important to solve problems in the regard. If tax is paid and collected properly, we could have not be faced problems that led us to beg loan from abroad. Such an sharing stages toward tax-paying habits is needed to solve the problems existing in the sector. Therefore, tax-paying should be agenda of all of us as citizens of Ethiopia. So let us pay tax properly and stand against tax evasions.
Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed held discussion with more than 3,000 community representatives drawn from 5 regions at the office of Prime Minister. Fakadu Brown has more on that.
Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has held discussion with community representatives of Somali, Harari, Afar, Gambela and Benshangul Gumuz regions at Prime Minister office. Paper has been presented by head of the EPRDF office, Bernalf Andualam. He said that Ethiopia couldn't join developed countries due to lack of modern politics, civil war and poverty. He added that there were lack of security and human rights violation in the country before April 2018. However, the country was saved from that by struggle of the public and reformist leaders. Bernalf has also mentioned challenges that will face the reform.
Anybody against this reform are working with hidden agenda. It tries to create conflict among people. The conflict we have been observing is implication of this. So our people should fight against this body.
Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed, while addressing the representative, said the government is working with due attention to establish a single strong party.
Ethiopia ውስጥ የተገኘውን ድል
If there is anybody who do not like this reform, they are not only joking on the change, but also on sacrifices paid by our heroes and heroines as well as resources damaged. The Premier stated that different democratization activities have done in the past 10 months.
በኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ በ10 ወራት ያገኘነው የዲሞክራሲ
There was no political scholar who could estimate such political reforms could happen in 10 months. Scholars and other people who are in exile for more than 45 years and imprisoned people due to different political problems could come together to discuss future issues of their country in the past 10 months.
Dr. Abiy further noted that long-standing socio-economic and political problems need enough time to be solved, adding that the started journey will benefit the country in all aspects.
We have no tolerance on those who are working to tackle the started reform agenda. Do not afraid with challenges we have been facing. Our main target should be focusing on our economic development.
The Premier called upon the public to play their level best for the success of the started reform.
Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has held discussion with more than 3,000 community representatives drawn from 5 regions at the Office of Prime Minister. And Oluma Baina has more on that.
Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has conferred with representatives of Somali, Harari, Afar, Benishangul Gumuz and Gambela people. Participants of the conference have raised their questions to the Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed. They said that they are strongly supporting the reform started in the country so far.
I can say that it is Benishangul Gumuz people that accept the reform first. This is because our people had been under high pressure for the past 27 years. Previously, we came to this office for complaints, but today we came to share our idea. So we are among the benefited of this reform. Our questions are being answered.
The participants of the conference also added that they are ready to confront anybody or any group who wants us to stagnate the reform. They noted that the reform should reach the grassroots level. We believe that the reform and the changes should be implemented up to the lower levels of government structure. There are changes in Gambela region, but not expanded to all levels to the extent of our people's expectations. There are still problems in terms of good governance. Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed, while responding to the participants, said that it is strong people who form a strong government, adding that everybody should be responsible on his or her countries.
We have to think as a human. We have to think for our brothers and sisters. We shouldn't always blame and complain. We have to learn to appreciate something we have got so far.
The Premier said that peacekeeping process should be done by the citizens of the country. He added that the government has been genuinely working to solve the economic problems in the country.
Now we have to turn our face to economic and development workers with a strong and united effort. Let us end up other crowds. There were 2 major problems when I came to this office. The first one is that government employees ask for salary increasement, but the government cannot afford to do so. The second one is the government workers to borrow money from foreign countries, but they are asking for paying back the previous credit. The action we have taken is extending the duration of payment of borrowed money. We have also working on our projects to enhance our economy.
The Ethiopian Transformation Agency has prepared digital soil type map and handed over for different districts and of the Oromia regional states. Olka on that.
The Ethiopian Agriculture Transformation Agency has prepared and handed over fertilizer type recommendation and digital soil type map for 285 districts of the Oromia regional state. The map includes information about soil development mechanism and types of fertilizers. The paper presented revealed that Ethiopian farmland lacks mineral like phosphorus, sulfur, zinc, boron, potassium and copper. Previously, Ethiopian farmers were using 2 types of fertilizers, which is urea and DAP. But now, as per the paper revealed that the farmers can use the type of fertilizer which is suitable for their farmland. Head of the Oromia Agriculture Bureau Abadabale on the occasion said the recommendation map will help the farmers in order to maximize their productivity. Soil development map has various importance. Our farming land have many problems. The farming lands should be developed by fertilizers which is suitable for the lands. Now we have recommended more than 10 types of fertilizers for our farming land. This will help us in order to increase the productivity of our farmers. With the rank of Vice President, Coordinator of Agricultural Cluster, Dr. Girmamante said the overall farming land of the Oromia regional state have been affected by soil acidity, adding this will get solution if this kind of investigations have been sustained. መሬታችንንና አፈራችንን የበለጠ በመንከባከብ we have to cultivate our soil and land by conducting all the necessary researches on it. You have to aware the farmers as which fertilizer are really suitable for their farming land. Participants of the event also said they are ready to play their part for the success and implementation of the program. We can get an increasement in our productivity if and only if we use the proper fertilizer for our farming lands. The investigations have conducted in farming yam, so it is very important for our farmers. The Ethiopian Information System project has prepared fertilizer type recommendation for Amhara, South Nations, nationalities and peoples, Harari regional states and Redawa city administration. It was also said many works are underway to finalize for the remaining regional states.
Vice President of the Oromia Regional State, who is also coordinator of the region's social cluster, Taibasan, said the regional government is working vigorously to expand infrastructure development that directly impacts citizens' livelihood. The Vice President has officially inaugurated Back Hospital that was built at the cost over 74 million birr. Suricha Kabanich has the detail.
In West Shore zone of the Oromia region, Bako Hospital, which was constructed at a cost of 74 million birr, has officially been inaugurated at the presence of higher government officials of the Oromia regional state. The delegation, led by Vice President of the Oromia regional government, who is also coordinator of social cluster, Taibasan, has visited the overall activities of the hospital. Vice Administrator of West Shore zone, Mamu Agama, said the hospital has the capacity to serve the people of 8 districts.
This Bako hospital will be the hospital that solves health problems of our people and creates a number of disciplined physicians who cares for their people's health.
Vice President of Oromia Regional Government, who is also coordinator of social cluster at the region, Taibasan, for a part, said that the regional government is working with due attention to solve socio-economic problems of the region's people. The first and the major agenda of the Oromia regional government is to answer development-related questions of our people by working in collaboration with our people. I believe that as we have already solved many problems in unison, we can register many successes in every aspect of developmental workers if we work together in the future, she said. Taiba called upon the Bako district residents and the surrounding area districts community to protect the hospital as their own asset. Bako Hospital is believed to give service for about 750,000 residents of Bako district and other neighboring districts. Some residents of Bako district said they are happy by the inauguration of Bako Hospital and they said it saved them from unnecessary expenditure. Previously, we used to go far to get health service to places such as Nakamte and the Ambo Hospital. Now, we have got the service here. We are very happy for getting it. Head of the Oromia Health Bureau, Dr. Darajet Uguma, for his part, said that the Oromia Health Bureau is constructing 35 hospitals to provide quality health service for the regional people in addition to the existing 79 hospitals in the region.
Welcome back. You're watching OBN Voice for the People with me, Tamas Kamulat. Now news from Senegal. Senegalese President Macky Sall headed toward his second term in office. His Prime Minister has alleged. Mohamed Doni said preliminary results as suggested Mr. Sall had secured about 57% of the vote in Sunday's elections, but an official result will take days. But rival candidates warned against declaring the results prematurely. Mr. Sall faced 4 challenges in the vote, but was accused of preventing his main rivals from running. 2 well-known opposition figures were barred from taking part after being deemed eligible because of corruption conviction. As a result of the decision, neither the Socialist Party nor the Senegalese Democratic Party, which have dominated the country's political landscape since independence, are fielding presidential candidates. Only 5 candidates were deemed eligible for Sunday's vote compared to 12 in last election. Prime Minister Doni, who made the comments, is part of the same coalition of the president. But Drissa Sek and Ousmane Sonko, two of the Mr. Sall's rival candidates, said they did not believe Mr. Sall had won more than 50% of the vote and their result should be a second round. The BBC reported. Thank you so much for joining us. That's all for now. Enjoy your time.